YouTube, how's it going? So we are sitting here doing not much. It's on mop up. We're just basically on standby if they need water. So while we sit here, we're gonna try a cigar that one of our fellow YouTubers was collabs with, and it's the One Bear. And his channel is Gus One Bear Fired Up After 50. This is the One Bear by Angery Beaver. It's a shaggy foot, and it's got a candela tip. So he was in collabs with this company. They made the cigar. And we're going to try it. I've had it for a moment. Before it gets too dry bouncing around with me, and we're going to smoke it. And since it's got a shaggy foot, we're just going to light it up. So you guys haven't checked his channel out. It's called Gus One Bear Fired Up After 50. It's got some good content. It's a little loose at the foot. Once it gets to the wrapper, it'll smoke a little bit better. There we go. Right off the bat, though, it has good tobacco flavor. I can't remember what the wrapper is. Don't quote me, but I think it's San Andreas. Or Mexican San Andreas. I don't remember. A little hard to keep it lit with the shaggy foot. Like I said, once it gets to the wrapper.
Yeah, go ahead, Joe. Yeah, we parked up here by the fork where you walk down. Copy.
So at this point, they're pretty much starting to pull line. These areas where we're at, the fire.
Kyle, copy.
The fire's been cold for a couple days, so.
Copy. Do you think we could send a pickup down there?
These guys that are on the radio right
now. No turnaround.
They're from Wisconsin. They send them over here. Their biggest fires they get are like an acre or two, so they send them over here when we have fires to get training. So they're over here getting some training in from Wisconsin. I ended up giving the kid, the kid that's on that crew with them, Austin. I ended up giving him a Mil Diaz, a Crown Head Mil Diaz. So, it already went out. Like I said, I'm having trouble keeping it lit with the shaggy foot. But I think once we get to the wrapper, it'll start smoking like a regular cigar. And that's the thing with some shaggy foot, it's hard to keep them lit at that point. Like I said, it has, right off the get-go though, it has good tobacco flavor. Good wrapper too. I can taste it now that we're into it. There we go. Now she's wanting to smoke. Anyway, it's got a little bit of spice to it on that wrapper. We're going to let this settle in and see how it starts smoking now that we're in the wrapper and get a good smoke going, and I will return. All right, that's how we're progressing. We've got a little funky ash going on. This is kind of a rugged tobacco flavor. It's got a little spice to it. The tobacco flavor is good, but it's a little rugged. A little rough on the tongue. But I think I might let this one ride with me a little too long. And it's a little dry. So that some of that ruggedness might be my fault for letting it get a little dry. Little spice on the retro, not much. This is probably considered a medium to bold. Got a little bit of a runner on one side, so I've been doing the old doobie trick. But I think I let it ride with me just a little bit too long in the little Tupperware thing. There is a natural kind of a little bit of a sweetness and a nuttiness that's coming out. You can taste the Candela tip, which Candela is not my favorite wrapper, but it doesn't taste like grass. It goes good with the regular tobacco coming through that Candela tip. So that's different than smoking like a whole Candela wrapper, which is making it much easier to smoke. But Gus likes Candela, so that's why he wanted the tip like that for when you get down and nub it. This is his cigar, and I'm enjoying it. I think we're going to have to revisit one more fresh out of the Tupperware that's not been riding around in a water truck with me for a week. There's a breadiness to it. It's an enjoyable cigar. That band is cool, though. I like the artwork. Pretty cool artwork. But yeah, I mean, it's enjoyable. I'm enjoying it. It's a little dry. That's not the cigar's fault. That's my fault. So, I would equate this to smoking it right off the truck. The way I've had it. So, we definitely are going to smoke another one. Well, I got a 5-pack, so we're going to smoke another one. I don't usually talk price, whatever. These are not a cheap date. These are kind of expensive. But we're about almost halfway through, and it's a good smoke. Definitely worth the price. Do a retro like that, there's a little bit more sting to it. But it's not overpowering. Then you get a nice little nutty finish to it. And a nice rugged tobacco flavor. I don't remember what the makeup was, but I usually don't talk that anyway, so it's not a big deal. You guys could do the old Google interweb it. Anyway, well, I have you guys on here because I haven't been active lately because I've been working these fires. Let's go ahead and do the community spotlight we missed last week. So this week, the community spotlight is Chris Carpenter, Jay the Pickle 7, Seb the Globetrotter, TNODSK, not sure how you say that all at once, and Dennis Inglewood. So you guys are on the community spotlight. And then the top 5 commenters overall is still Birdman in the number 1 spot at 372. Uriel Heaven's Guardian at 296. Jules Baby at 236. Biddy for Life at 203. And we got a change up. And Chris Carpenter at 189. That is the top 5. He beat Whittlebecks by a few. Whittlebecks is at 184. Whittlebeck's been in the top 5. Now he's in the top 6. Anyway, and for the rest of my fellow YouTubers, I've missed a lot of your guys' shows, but I will be catching up to them and commenting and liking. So when I get a chance, I'm going to do some binge watching and catch up. And I know Tandem Man Stogie's still having his giveaway. I don't know what he's at right now, but I know it's still active. So if you guys haven't yet, go to his channel and check out his giveaway. He's giving away some great cigars. And then like Uriel and Whittlebacks and my other fellow YouTubers, I will catch up on your guys' videos soon because I've probably missed like 2 weeks worth of videos. So anyway, that's the community spotlight and the top 5 overall commenters. It's nice to get that out. Like I said, we missed last week's, but signal was horrible and I almost missed an upload, but I was able to get one out, a couple back into the what do you call it, the queue, so I didn't miss any. Oh, I was talking, almost let this go out. Anyway, that's kind of how dry I got it. That band just slid right off. Cool artwork though, look at that. Gus One Bear and the Angry Beaver. The band is cool. The band is just pretty cool. So anyway, that's that. We're just, like I said, we're just hanging out and not doing much. Making money though. That's all that matters, right? Alright, we're gonna keep smoking this and I will be back. Alright, we're back with the One Bear by Angry Beavers, Gus One Bear's collab. We're gonna end it here. I don't have a number. It's getting hot. And I'm not a huge fan of Candela. So if I had a number, next time we'll make sure when we smoke one we nub it all the way down so we can get the full effect. But it's starting to get hot on my fingies. And we're not going to try to nub it down that far. But overall, this is a good cigar. Dry, even dry. And like I said, that's not the cigar's fault. That's my fault for letting it sit in my thing and bounce around with me for a week. Gus, good job. On the next one, we'll make sure we have a nubber, and we'll nub it all the way down to that Candela, even though I'm not a huge fan of the Candela. The difference between this and a full Candela is you're smoking tobacco through the tip, the Candela tip, so it's not a full-on Candela flavor, for me anyway. I mean, you're getting a little bit of flavor on your lips from the mouthpiece, but you're also getting the regular tobacco flavor at the same time, so that's the difference, in my opinion. It's an overall good, rugged cigar. And I only saying rugged because it's a little dry. But I'm pretty sure it's not when it's got humidity to it. So, good cigar the way it's sitting now. And like I said, it's my fault for letting it get dry. We are definitely going to smoke another one. Like I said, I got a 5-pack. When I get home, we'll bust one out and we'll smoke it fresh out of the humidor and compare. So, with a nubber, and we'll smoke it all the way down. But I still enjoyed this, even though it was dry. It's still a very enjoyable smoke. Good flavors. All right, well, that was the Gus One Bear. Well, actually, it's called the One Bear by Angery Beavers. Check out Gus One Bear, Fired Up After 50. He's got a pretty cool channel. He does some cool stuff at the local lounge. I think it's called Burnt Leaf. They just did an event for this cigar there. It's still a brand new cigar. If you're looking for one, if you like Fat Boys, hint, hint, look up Fat Boys cigars. And that's where you can find them. Anyway, all right. Thanks for tuning in. As always, try them with sticks, and always, it's getting hot. Keep it smoky, my friends. I still might try to nail this down. Hold on. We still got a ways, but it's getting hot. It's even getting hot on my lips. So, all right, guys. I'll catch you later. Bye.